First contact, the unexpected encounter. The vast emptiness of space had always been a canvas of silence, painted with the indifferent brushstrokes of distant stars and forgotten civilizations. For millennia, the Krelax Collective had believed themselves masters of this cosmic theater, their advanced quantum dry ships traversing star systems with casual superiority. They were a species of mathematical precision, their society built on algorithmic perfection and cold computational logic. Captain Zarelin of the Krelax deep exploration vessel, Quantum Razor, had spent decades charting unexplored sectors, her sensory arrays perpetually scanning for anomalies. Her species had long ago concluded that intelligent life beyond their own was statistically improbable. Primitive biological entities were merely evolutionary accidents, destined to remain confined to their planetary cradles. On the 287th solar cycle of the current galactic rotation, everything changed. A small, seemingly rudimentary spacecraft emerged from the quantum interference zone near the Orion Nebula. Its design was almost laughably primitive. Angular metal structures welded together with what appeared to be basic fusion propulsion. By Krelax standards, it was less sophisticated than their automated maintenance drones. Unidentified vessel, Zarelin transmitted using standard galactic communication protocols. You are entering restricted exploration space. State your designation and purpose. The response was unexpected. Instead of the anticipated mathematical coordinates or hierarchical identification, a human voice crackled through the communication array. Vibrant, slightly nervous, but undeniably alive. This is Captain Elena Rodriguez of the independent research vessel Horizon. We're conducting astronomical research and mapping previously uncharted regions. Didn't realize this area was restricted. Zarelin's computational neural networks processed the response, detecting multiple anomalies. The communication was direct, without the formal stratification typical of advanced civilizations. More intriguingly, the voice carried emotional undertones, uncertainty, curiosity, a hint of excitement. Her secondary analysis systems began scanning the human vessel. Its technological configuration was primitive yet intriguing. Inefficient fusion drives were supplemented by what seemed to be jury-rigged quantum signal boosters. The ship's structural integrity suggested improvisation rather than standardized engineering. Your vessel lacks standard interstellar navigation clearances, Zarelin responded. Prepare for quantum scan and potential quarantine protocols. Before she could initiate the standard procedure, the human vessel performed a maneuver that defied every computational prediction in her system. Instead of maintaining a linear approach or attempting evasion, the ship executed a complex spatial repositioning that momentarily confused the Quantum Razor's tracking systems. Sorry about that. Captain Rodriguez's voice returned, a trace of amusement threading through her words. Our navigation might look unconventional, but we've learned to be creative. Creative, an utterly non-algorithmic concept that the Krelax found difficult to quantify. Little did Captain Zarelin realize that this seemingly insignificant encounter was the first tremor of a seismic shift that would fundamentally reshape galactic civilization's understanding of humanity. A species that defied mathematical prediction, thrived on unpredictability, and possessed an inexplicable capacity for turning limitations into opportunities. The cosmos was about to be reminded that true potential often emerges from the most unexpected places. Technological breakthrough. The encounter between the Krelax vessel and the human research ship marked more than just a casual first contact. It was the first ripple in what would become a transformative wave across the galactic landscape. Dr. Marcus Chen, lead engineer at the Interstellar Research Consortium, studied the quantum signal data captured during the Horizon's unexpected encounter. What others saw as a random interaction, he recognized as an opportunity. The Krelax tracking systems had momentarily failed to predict the human vessel's movement, a breakthrough that suggested fundamental differences in computational thinking. It's not about superior technology, Marcus explained to his team, holographic projections dancing around him. It's about adaptive thinking. Humanity's greatest strength had always been its ability to innovate under constraints. Where other civilizations saw rigid technological pathways, humans saw potential workarounds. The jury-rigged quantum signal boosters on the horizon weren't just makeshift solutions. They were evidence of a radical approach to problem solving. Within months, the consortium developed the Adaptive Response Protocol, ARP, a revolutionary computational framework that didn't just process information, but learned and morphed in real time. Traditional alien navigation systems relied on predetermined mathematical models. The ARP could recalculate entire strategic approaches within microseconds, introducing an element of controlled unpredictability. The first practical demonstration came during a simulated encounter with a Krellak's advanced combat simulation. Where previous human attempts had been systematically dismantled, the ARP-equipped systems began to not just respond to threats, but anticipate and reshape the entire engagement landscape. Unbeknownst to humanity, the Krellaks were watching. Their vast network of quantum observatories had been tracking these developments with increasing concern. Captain Zeralin's initial encounter report had been dismissed as an anomaly. Now, it appeared to be a harbinger of something far more significant. They are not following expected evolutionary technological progression, reported the Krellak's High Computational Council. Their technological development demonstrates nonlinear adaptive capabilities that defy our predictive models. What the Krellaks interpreted as a threat, human researchers saw as natural progression. Every breakthrough was another step in understanding the universe's complex systemic interactions. The stage was being set for a confrontation that would challenge every established galactic paradigm, a conflict where traditional power structures would be challenged by a species that refused to be confined by conventional limitations. Humanity was preparing to show the cosmos that true innovation knows no boundaries. The galactic conflict begins. The first true test of humanity's newfound technological capabilities came without warning. The Nexus cluster, a volatile region of space controlled by the Shireen Confederacy, had long been a powder keg of interstellar tensions. What began as a routine patrol quickly escalated into humanity's first major interstellar confrontation. 3 Shireen battlecruisers intercepted the human exploration vessel Pathfinder, expecting a quick and decisive encounter. Their energy weapons were calibrated to disable primitive spacecraft within milliseconds. What followed defied every strategic projection in their combat databases. Captain Alina Rodriguez, now heading the Advanced Exploration Mission, had learned from the earlier Krellak's encounter. The Pathfinder wasn't just a research vessel. It was a testament to human adaptability. When the first energy pulse struck, the ship's experimental adaptive shielding didn't just absorb the impact. It redistributed the energy, creating a momentary quantum resonance that temporarily disrupted the Shireen targeting systems. Tactical reconfiguration complete, announced the ship's AI, its voice calm against the backdrop of incoming fire. Counter-strategies engaging. The Shireen commanders watched in disbelief as their superior weaponry seemed to lose effectiveness. The human vessel didn't just defend, it transformed the battlefield itself. Micro-redirectional thrust systems allowed unprecedented maneuverability, turning what should have been a straightforward engagement into a complex dance of technological improvisation. Dr. Marcus Chen's Adaptive Response Protocol wasn't just a computational framework. It was a fundamental reimagining of strategic interaction. Where alien civilizations saw combat as a mathematical equation, humans introduced an element of creative unpredictability. Within hours, the 3 Shireen battlecruisers were disabled, not through superior firepower, but through a series of ingenious tactical manipulations that systematically broke down their defensive capabilities. No human lives were lost. No excessive force was used. It was a surgical demonstration of technological and strategic superiority. The message was clear. Humanity was no longer a species to be overlooked. Across the galaxy, communication networks buzzed with the news. The Shireen Confederacy's defeat wasn't just a military setback. It was a fundamental challenge to established galactic power structures. A young, seemingly primitive species had just demonstrated capabilities that redefined the meaning of technological warfare. The cosmic chessboard was changing, and humanity had just made its first, definitive move. Diplomatic and strategic maneuvering. The aftermath of the Shireen encounter sent shockwaves through the galactic diplomatic landscape. What had once been a universe of predictable power dynamics now trembled with uncertainty. The Interstellar Diplomatic Corps, led by Ambassador Sophia Nakamura, found themselves navigating uncharted political waters. The Krellex Collective, still processing their earlier encounters with humanity, proposed a complex diplomatic summit. Their quantum communication networks buzzed with speculation. Was this new species a potential threat or an unexpected opportunity? Ambassador Nakamura approached the negotiations with a strategy that defied traditional diplomatic protocols. Instead of presenting rigid demands or showcasing military might, she emphasized collaboration and mutual exploration. Her opening statement was simple yet profound. We're not here to conquer or compete. We're here to understand and grow together. The assembled alien representatives found themselves confronted with a negotiation style that completely upended their expectations. Humanity didn't seek territorial expansion or resource dominance. They proposed joint research initiatives, shared technological exchanges, and open communication channels that challenged every existing galactic diplomatic model. Behind the scenes, strategic alliances began to form. The Shireen, despite their earlier defeat, recognized the potential of human innovation. Several of their research institutions quietly initiated collaborative projects with human scientists, drawn by the unprecedented adaptive technologies humanity had demonstrated. Dr. Marcus Chen's adaptive response protocol became a diplomatic tool, as much as a technological marvel. It represented more than just computational innovation. It was a philosophy of interaction that prioritized flexibility, creativity, and mutual understanding. The galaxy watched, uncertain whether it was witnessing the rise of a new power or the emergence of something far more complex, a species that could potentially reshape the very foundations of interstellar relationships. Humanity had entered the cosmic stage not with a declaration of war, but with an invitation to dialogue. The turning point. The convergence of humanity's technological innovation and diplomatic approach culminated in an event that would be remembered as the Stellar Nexus Incident. A massive quantum anomaly threatened to destabilize multiple star systems, a challenge that had previously seemed insurmountable to the galaxy's most advanced civilizations. Where other species saw an extinction-level threat, humanity saw an opportunity for collaborative problem-solving. Captain Elena Rodriguez led a diverse team of human and alien scientists aboard the research vessel Horizon. Their approach was uniquely human, a combination of cutting-edge technology, creative thinking, and an unprecedented willingness to take calculated risks. Dr. Marcus Chen's adaptive response protocol was pushed to its limits. The quantum stabilization system they developed wasn't just a technological solution. It was a testament to the power of interdisciplinary collaboration. Krillak's computational models merged with human intuitive problem-solving, creating a hybrid approach that no single civilization could have conceived alone. As the quantum anomaly threatened to tear apart entire star systems, the Horizon and its multinational crew executed a series of complex maneuvers that defied conventional scientific understanding. They didn't just neutralize the threat, they transformed it into a source of unprecedented scientific knowledge. The moment of resolution was broadcast across galactic communication networks. What had seemed like an impossible challenge became a demonstration of humanity's most powerful asset, the ability to unite, innovate, and overcome. Ambassador Sophia Nakamura's words during the subsequent diplomatic summit captured the essence of this transformation. We are not defined by our technological superiority, but by our capacity to work together, to learn, and to grow. The galaxy had entered a new era. Humanity was no longer an afterthought. They were a catalyst for change, a species that challenged every preconceived notion of interstellar potential. The stars themselves seemed to whisper a new promise. The universe was about to get much more interesting.